What's up, guys? What's going on? So week 2, phase 2 here at Jubilee, and we only got about maybe 27 hours in on site here last week. I worked with the guys all week, and something I want to point out is I really enjoy physically working, sweating, being out here in the field. I have to say, it's mindless. It actually gives my brain a chance to stop thinking, stop processing things, and really just it's almost a form of meditation for me. So I really enjoy hard work, and this little short video is going to address a couple of questions and a couple of points I've been wanting to get out there. And after I made that all in on a budget food forest video, I received probably like 10 emails about interning at the farm, and so I wanted to address that, and some things I wanted to point out. First of all, we don't have time to train interns. It's not something that I have time in my schedule to do. Typically I'm very busy working, and when I'm not working, I'm home with my family and tending to my own chores around the farm. So I don't have time, unfortunately, to spend one-on-one time with somebody interning. So some of these guys you see here working with me, and one I'll start with is Thomas. You guys might remember Thomas from the market video with Jim Kovaleski there at that Tasty Tuesday market. Thomas has been kind of working with me since he was 12 years old. He's 20 years old now. I've known that kid since he was a little kid, and I've watched him grow up here into a man, and now he has his own business, he has his own farm. He still works with me on the side until he develops his own farm business of his own. Ian's been with me on and off now for a while, and he's here through every step of every project. And something I want to point out to you all is, if I do allow you to come out here and intern, or if we work out a work relationship, don't expect to come out here and just do fun stuff. It's not going to be just putting plants in the ground and learning the design process. These guys are very passionate and in love with what we do here, and that's why they keep doing it. They're here from the smilax roots coming out of the ground, to the trenches going in the ground for the irrigation, to even tree work we're doing here on this site. So something I want to point out, that it's not all fun and games. So I just replied to an intern email last night, and you have to prove yourself. You have to put your time in, you have to put your sweat in, you have to put the blood in, the tears in, before I'm going to give you that one-on-one intern time. And I just recently had an intern come out, and I wouldn't even call him an intern, it was more of a paid position, and he was very unhappy with those results after a couple of days. He says he wasn't learning what he wanted to learn. And I'm paying you for one. You got to work your way to learn on top of getting paid. So you got to put your time in. And the reason I'm standing here today, the reason we're doing this project, is because I'm a hard worker. I got that from my father, I got that from my grandfather. It's ingrained in me. And I can tell you this, that a lot of the guys that have worked for me through the years, those aren't with me now, probably own their own business. They're probably doing something on their own. I've taken those skills, that mindset, that drive, and I've instilled it in them. And something Thomas said to me the other day, pressure sharpens diamonds. Pretty much telling him that the hard pressure that I put on him has turned him into what he is today. And he knows every aspect of the project for being a young man. And something I just wanted to point out here in this video before I start repeating myself, if y'all are serious about working with me, if you're serious about potential intern that could turn into an apprenticeship, don't expect me to come out there and give you that one-on-one time for a minute. I'm probably going to tell you to pull weeds over here, until I can tell that you've actually done something or made a difference in the landscape. So putting that time in, proving yourself, then you'll start to learn those things. But I got to say that this type of work is never going to get easy. It's always going to be physical, and if you believe in this type of work and you're passionate about this type of work, it can be very, very, very rewarding. Hard work, obviously, we get farm strong out here. We stay healthy. It feels good to get your hands in the dirt. So, for those guys that are, they think what we do is really sexy, and it sounds really good, it looks really good. We work hard too, and I did not get to where I am today, without hard work, without morals, without drive, and that's something that, you know, I cannot give up, and that's something that I'll have for the rest of my life, and that is something that I try to instill in all the guys that work for me. So I just want to point out, you know, I did not, you know, I'm not rich. I didn't win the lottery. I've had nothing handed to me. I've, you know, sweat, tore my skin, gotten blisters, worked my ass off to where I am today. I mean, sacrificed my family, sacrificed watching my son grow, and, you know, those are some things that I can't buy or get back. But, you know, I only do that because I believe so much in what we do. And I'm sorry about this whole pointing thing. I try not to do that all the time. I just, when I start rambling and I start ranting and I get passionate, that tends to happen, and that's something I try not to do. But really the whole point of this little quick short video is, you know, we do constantly need good help. We need good help that is A, passionate, B, reliable, C, a hard worker, D, doesn't expect, you know, to just come out here and lolly-dolly around and learn things and get paid and go home. You know, you have to start at the bottom and work your way to the top. And I guess something I really wanted to point out is, you know, us guys at the top, the ones that have been here a while, we still do that stuff that's on the bottom. And like I said, I enjoy that stuff that's on the bottom. So for me, you know, that's my release. That's my mindlessness. You know, when I start big projects like we did out here, or like we're doing out here at Jubilee, I literally lose sleep. You know, my mind can't shut down. I'm thinking about the design process. I'm thinking about what we're gonna do next. And that's a problem for me. That's something that I'm, you know, taking some valerian root, taking some different herbs to kind of help calm the mind here at night. But, you know, that's something that I've always had a problem with. You know, my mind just goes. So, you know, we are looking for good, hard helpers, you know, that are interested in this. I'm looking for partners. I'm looking for, you know, all types of relationships. I'm constantly looking for people that are, you know, passionate about this type of work. You know, if I want to not only change my local community, I want to make this thing on a global scale, you know, and that's probably the main reason I keep even making these YouTube videos. You know, this ability to hit this wide, grand audience to me is, you know, it's beyond my dream. I've always had that think local, act global, and, you know, I'm actually be able to hit this global scale now with YouTube. And, you know, I owe it to you all for helping the channel grow, for liking my videos, for sharing my videos. I couldn't do it without you guys. So short and sweet, not really 7 minutes later, but hope you guys got something out of this. Please like, subscribe, share, and don't forget, pound dirt.